Our budgeting for next year, I would announce at the State of the State, I hope in January, that this will be the first year that I haven't already alerted every director for a potential holdback. You know, I was roundly criticized because we didn't spend all the money that some of the forecasters indicated that we might have. But I wasn't going to spend money that we didn't have in the bank. And because of the surplus eliminator and the legislative tools that I was given by the legislature, we were able once again to replace those monies. But the future is not going to be any different. I am not going to simply spend money because it sounds like a good idea. I'm not going to spend money that we don't have coming in the revenues. And it looks like our revenues are going to be up. So this is the first year that I haven't told the directors to prepare for a cutback, a holdback. And I would also tell you that the holdbacks are the most dysfunctional part of the budgeting process in government. You would find that in your own operations, in your own business, in your own family. That if at the beginning of the year you budget for a certain level and then you find out halfway through that year that you're not going to have that kind of money, and then you have to have a holdback, it's dysfunctional to the entire organization because now all of a sudden they don't have money that they were counting on, and the plans that they were putting in place to correctly and fiscally responsibly to operate their organizations, now they have to hold all that back. And generally, we find that in the employee ranks, or we find that in some of the program ranks that we have to hold back. So I find it better to underguess, if I have to, or underestimate a little bit in order to make sure that when we tell an agency or we tell a program that they have the money, that they can count on that money, and that they can plan around that money, and they don't have to in mid-year, if we go out 6 months after we've set the budget, at mid-year they have to go out and then spread that cutback over 6 months instead of being able to tell them in July, because our fiscal year runs 1st of July to June 30th, that they can then spread that cutback over 12 months. So when I give my budget in January, I want it to be whole, and I want it to be believable, and I want it to be executable.